Hello everyone, welcome to SK Defense TV. Today I am going to show now a Russia versus Israel military power comparison. So let's start. Capital: Moscow is the capital of Russia and Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Land area: 17,098,246 square kilometer total area of Russia and 22,072 square kilometer total area of Israel. Global rank: 2 global rank of Russia and 18 global rank of Israel. Population: Russia 145 million and Israel 8.4 million. Total military: Russia 3,013,000 and Israel 615,000. Active personnel: Russia 1,013,000 and Israel 176,000. Reserve personnel: Russia 2 million and Israel 465,000. Paramilitary: Russia 660,000 and Israel 8,000. Special Force: Russia 17,000 and Israel 2,200. Nuclear weapons: Russia 6,850 and Israel 90. Main battle tank: Russia 20,720 and Israel 2,760. Armed fighting vehicles: Russia 27,038 and Israel 10,275. Self-propelled artillery: Russia 6,083 and Israel 650. Field artillery: Russia 4,465 and Israel 300. Rocket projectors: Russia 3,860 and Israel 100. Total aircrafts: Russia 4,163 and Israel 589. Fighter aircraft: Russia 873 and Israel 259. Attack aircraft: Russia 742 and Israel 18. Multi-role aircraft: Russia 478 and Israel 58. Tanker: Russia 19 and Israel 13. Bomber: Russia 145 and Israel has no bomber. Transport aircraft: Russia 424 and Israel 15. Total helicopters: Russia 1,538 and Israel 146. Attack helicopters are Russia 531 and Israel 48. Trainer aircraft: Russia 497 and Israel 154. Anti-aircraft missile system: Russia 10 and Israel 2. Serviceable airports: Russia 1,218 and Israel 47. Total naval assets: Russia 603 and Israel 65. Super carriers: Russia and Israel have no super carrier. Aircraft carriers: Russia 1 and Israel has no aircraft carriers. Helicopter carriers: Russia and Israel have no helicopter carriers. Frigates: Russia 11 and Israel has no frigates. Destroyers: Russia 18 and Israel has no destroyers. Corvettes: Russia 79 and Israel 4. Patrol craft: Russia 41 and Israel 45. Mine warfare craft: Russia 48 and Israel has no mine warfare craft. Submarines. Russia 63 and Israel 6. Ballistic missile submarines. Russia 12 and Israel has no ballistic missile submarines. Nuclear submarines. Russia 14 and Israel has no nuclear attack submarines. Attack submarines. Russia 50 and Israel 6. Defense budget. Russia 237 billion USD and Israel 20 billion USD. Nominal GDP. Russia 14.1 trillion USD and Israel 410 billion USD. Purchasing power. Russia 29.4 trillion USD and Israel 372 billion USD. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel.